Hey everyone, it's Patrice from Empowerment Within, located in Heartland, Wisconsin. I am here today to talk briefly with you guys about journaling and daily reflection. Daily reflection is a really powerful practice for a lot of people. It helps us kind of in the morning set our intentions for the day, know how we want to show up, and give us a really good platform of how we want to move forward throughout our day. And then at the end of the day, it helps us understand, what kind of went on, maybe where we could have acted or taken care of ourselves or others differently. And it really helps us create clear goals on moving forward. A lot of times when we're feeling really stuck in place, it's because we don't really know what we need to move forward. We don't know how to get what we need. And we may have these abstract ideas, but they aren't actually concrete and don't have any substantial goals to kind of get us there. So daily reflection for me and a lot of my clients has been an amazing thing to really help you understand how do you want to show up today and how what I'm doing today helping me reach my long-term goals. The struggle for a lot of people with journaling is the fact that it often becomes really negative and kind of a rant on what people are struggling with. And really, I have a lot of people who struggle with finding the positivity in that. They're like, well, I'm journaling every night, but I'm just talking about all this stuff that's going on in my day, and it's just making me feel really negative and really down. And so I have 4 different tips for you guys on how you can maybe more effectively journal. What I would say is that you give these a shot. Some of them are going to work better to start your day and put you in a positive mood right to start out, and some of them are going to work better at the end of the day to help take care of yourself at the end of a long day. So my first one is to choose an inspiring quote for you. So you can Google quotes on anything you think you need that day. So I found that this is a really good one for the start of the day to kind of help keep you in a positive and resilient mindset. I have a daily calendar that gives me different quotes on resiliency and strength and compassion and kindness, all of these things that I really want to show up as, and all of these things I want to give my clients. So, Googling inspiring quotes, courageous quotes, quotes for strength, and finding one that kind of resonates with you. And then I want you to sit with that and write about how that can impact your day. How do you show up with that quote all day in mind? How do you listen to that message, and what does that make you want to do or show up as today? And then kind of continually, when you're struggling throughout your day, going back to that quote and that journal entry and being like, oh yeah, like how am I continuing to focus on this? The second one is going to be doing a meditation prior to journaling. This one can be really helpful when you want to have a positive journal entry, because what you're trying to do is regulate your emotions and put yourself in a more centered space so you're more able to clearly look at the problem and the struggles that you've had in your day from a calm and centered perspective. When we journal and we're super dysregulated, while it can be helpful sometimes, a lot of times it can just get us more and more upset. And what we need to do is kind of calm ourselves down and then look at the problem a little bit more objectively, validate how we're feeling, and then we can more effectively problem solve. The third one is going to be asking yourself a few different questions. So, after you kind of take some time to vent and talk about the struggles of the day, asking yourself, how can this help me grow? What can I learn from this? How can I change this into something that will help me build resilience? Instead of looking at these issues that we're having and going, well, this person should be showing up differently and that person should be doing this, and I hate my job, or I hate this, or I hate that. Asking yourself, okay, I'm really struggling, and I can validate that, and I can see that. Now, how do I grow from this? How do I take this as a challenge to move forward in my life instead of staying stuck? And that really can kind of make a much more reflective space to understand where you can move forward in your life and how you can clarify some of those goals, and what you need to work on changing, and know what you're working on changing in the process, and maybe having to deal with some things you don't want to have to deal with day in and day out while you're on your way there. And then the fourth one is sometimes we don't have a solvable problem. Sometimes there isn't a problem to solve. And so asking ourselves, how can I nurture myself in this time? what do I need today in order to support myself, right? So really trying to check in with yourself and going, okay, like, yeah, I want this person to say sorry, and I want this person to do that, and this was probably a thing that shouldn't have happened to me. And you can validate those things while also asking yourself a little bit more on, what do you need to nurture yourself tonight? Do you need to take a bath and unwind? Do you need to meditate? Do you need to go for a walk, even though no part of you wants to? What's going to help you work off some of this energy and take care of yourself so you can validate your struggles, but not let your struggles define who you are. So I hope you guys found this helpful. You can leave some comments or shoot me an email and let me know what more you want to see. Really try to get into some of that daily reflection practice and start kind of keeping tabs on how it's changing you. If you can journal the right way and the most effective way for yourself, you're going to be able to move forward in a much more effective and wholehearted way. And you're going to be able to achieve so many more goals because you'll know where you're at and you'll know where you're going. Even in uncertainty, daily reflection provides us that stability and trust within ourselves. Have an awesome day.